Hello and welcome to the Adam Life Events YouTube channel. Just wanted to say hello to everybody that currently follows me on YouTube and everything else. I'm using this new device. I have got a selfie stick. If you haven't seen my selfie stick before, I will show it you now, which is this. It goes up and it goes down. Normally when I'm on live, I have it like this, and from there I can hold it, and I can talk to people through that. So I have got that. What I'm currently on at the minute is called a ring light. So if you guys haven't seen this before, then what a ring light is, not that people wouldn't know, because most people will know what a ring light is. It's not rocket science, but basically what I can do is this. Let me show you. So I can do this and then turn that off, right? So now I can talk to you, which is helping me out at the minute because I don't need my light on really. So guys, this YouTube live is really to come and tell you guys what to expect next from Adam Life Events, and then I'll give you a New Year's, wishing you all a happy New Year, as I always do on my podcast anyway. So what's next for Adam Life Events? So I think what I'm ultimately wanting to do, guys, is I want to extend the podcast. So I want to obviously get it out to more people, but at the same time I want to be getting more interviews with well-known people, but I also want to be getting interviews with people, you know, to tell their stories, because I think one of the most ultimate biggest things for me, well, it has been for the last 2 years, is that I can interact with well-known people, and also people that are not well-known. They may have only got famous due to their disadvantages, like, I don't know, being disabled in a wheelchair, and they've done so much with their accessory dogs, or there are things that people do in order to get famous. But what I ultimately want to do with Adam Life Events next year is to not only go into my local community of Leicestershire and interview businesses and organisations that are helping a lot of people, and ask people, you know, what they want to get out of, you know, being 2025, you know, what they want to get out of being a business and an organisation within, you know, Leicestershire, where I am. I think it's extremely important that we fight for local businesses, and I think that is, again, going to be one of my main things for next year, is that I really want to get a feel for local charities, local businesses, you know, because nowadays we rely so much, as you know, with having, how can I say it? So, like the other day, I noticed that some neighbours over the road from us were delivering from Avocado. You know what I mean? Like, they were delivering from them and having their food delivered to them, instead of having to go all the way to, I don't know, Tesco's or Morrison's. But sometimes you'll, as you all well know, will have local places that, you know, you've got your local butchers, you've got your local cafes, local radio stations, you know, party shops where they're selling party poppers and hats and different things. And, you know, it's, unless we support our local businesses, eventually everything will be just be branded. And also what I've kind of noticing the last few years is we're so slowly gradually getting rid of a lot of things, aren't we? You know, when you go into a supermarket now, yes, people still queue up and put the stuff through and pay the cashier. Ooh. Excuse me, guys, it's been a long Boxing Day. But, you know, it is a case of, you know, there is going to come a time where these self-pay things are going to be reality. And the fact is, you will probably only get people stacking the shelves, and then really you're not going to get anything else. You're not going to be able to queue up and pay you over like you did before. You're going to have to just go to a self-service checkout with somebody standing there in case any of the idiot things go wrong with it. And that is what reality will be for many of us. I don't know about the electric car thing because I'm not too much into it, but something's got to dramatically change there because most normal everyday people cannot afford an electric car. And I also think electric cars, although they're getting a lot of these electric ports, these electric stations and stuff, I personally myself, I don't see that it's important. Because, you know, yes, petrol pollutes the planet. We everybody in the world knows that, but electric is still polluting the country. Okay, so if you've got an electric battery, it's still polluting in some way. So the government haven't really saved you on that. But you know, it's things like that. It's things like what I'm on now, a podcast. You know, I can talk to millions of people on YouTube. Back in the day, you just couldn't do that. You just didn't have that. And I think the more and more that we go on to the next life, the more and more the technology advances. You've got smart TVs. Soon it'll be a thing where you're not going to have to use your controller. You're going to be able to just stand there, put your hand over the television and dot it like a touchscreen. You know, so much things are changing in our reality and in our world that we need to try and adapt to them. And with Adam Life Events, what I'm wanting to do is, I don't know, I want to talk to local cake businesses, local off licenses, anything I can do just to talk to local people and help them. So that's a new thing for 2025. And then also, I want to get a lot more interviews with people about their stories about life, because I think, you know, yes, I love getting famous people on, don't get me wrong. It's amazing to have famous people on, but I like people that have worked their way up to getting to where they are. If you've ever listened to any of the series of my podcast, you'll know I had someone called Lee Hunter on this year, which is a wrestler. He's had an amazing career with his brother, spanning over 20 years of the Hunter brothers. and they've wrestled some amazing people. They've been to amazing countries. You know, they've really experienced stuff. And you know, he's a carpenter by trade on a building site. He was originally from Tipton. He now lives in Leicestershire. And you know, just to have him on the podcast, just to be able to talk to him, just to be able to understand what he's been through and how hard he's worked, and even getting just into Elevation Joseph Collins Company is you know, really helped him to get there. And I think this is the joy of the podcast. But not only that, I've got my new beginning with the YouTube channel, which I'm hoping to get some people on the YouTube channel at some point, if I can sort that one out. And also the Adam Life Events charity bike ride. So we call it the Adam and Steve charity rides. Next year will mark a celebration of 7 years I've been doing my charity journey. I'm going to mention them. K9 Partners, which is a charity in Leicestershire in Oscarthorpe. They are an assistant dogs charity. They go all over the country to try and promote who they are. They help disabled and the elderly in their everyday lives, people that can't do stuff, and the dogs help them. They open the doors, they pull off clothes, they put stuff in the washing machine, they put credit cards in credit card machines and pull them out. What they do for so many people is just absolutely incredible. And I raised 575 for them, which is an incredible amount. I had Rebecca Middleton on my podcast. You can go and check her out on Adam Life Events if you wish. And yeah, it was an amazing day. It was very sunny then, because it was back in July of this year. It was very sunny. It was really difficult because I had to, even though I hadn't cycled as far as I'd previously done, which was 28 miles, my previous one, I only managed 26. But because of the heated conditions and because of where we were going to and how we had to get back, that's why it ended up being 26 miles. I went from Leicestershire to South Derbyshire and back, which is Melbourne way. And it was incredible. And I had a question from somebody. I don't know what it was. I written them down somewhere. But somebody asked me, out of all the years of doing your charity bike rides, which is 7 years nearly next year, what has been your favourite moment and why? Well, I find that a really difficult question. For saying on my podcast, I answer questions to people all the time. I find that really difficult because, you know, I've raised money for so many decent charities, so many good charities, and so many charities that have meant a lot to me over the years. I would definitely say this year was really emotional for me. Not only was it emotional, but it was emotional for the fact that I had been ill for 19 months previous. I had an eating disorder, which sadly I nearly died of, guys. So I was very lucky to pull out of it. I was very lucky to have the family and the support background that I got with that, which was absolutely incredible. The OTs, the doctors, the psychiatrists, everything that helped me was incredible, guys. But more than that is the fact that eventually I pulled through and I got better. And that really hit me. And then the fact that I could do the charity bike ride in July, the fact that me and Steve had very little practicing. So, you know, we got about 3 practice sessions before the actual charity bike ride, which was, they were much needed ones. But within that year, me and Steve had so much going on. He had his problem with moving house from where he'd lived for 35 years. And I had my problem of my eating disorder and trying to get back to some reality and be better. And so, you know, the last 2.5 years have not been easy for me. But yeah, to your question, whoever you were, I don't remember your name. I would have to say this year, out of the 6.5 years so far previously, and all the challenges I've had to face, I would probably say this year's charity bike ride. A lot more people on the street turned up. A lot more of my family turned up, and it was amazing to go to K9 Partners Christmas concert this year and experience and see what the dogs actually do. I just found it incredible. I loved going to say hello to Rebecca again and see some of the team. And also I got quite emotional when listening to some of the stories, because there were people that it's really changed their lives having K9 Partners. And it was so amazing to listen to, guys. And I'm so honoured, and I feel so privileged that I had the chance to raise money for them and help them. But yeah, I think the challenge for that one was definitely although I'd done previous, like the year before for Rainbows Hospice, I'd done 28 miles, which was the first I've ever cycled. But on a whole, out of all the years of doing charity bike rides, I would have to say the K9 Partners one was definitely my favourite one. Having the hot weather didn't help, but then I've had to face worse weather conditions than that. I've been in the pouring rain, I've been in the wind. I've done it. I've done it all, guys. So, well, I've not done it all, but in the aims of what my favourite charity bike ride this year is got to be my favourite one. Next year, that will be another challenge, guys. That will be, I couldn't even tell you how far I'm going to cycle. We were talking about 29 miles maybe, because I've done 28. That's the most I've ever done. Steve wanted to try 31, but like I said to him the other day, 31 that's for another year. That next year, no way. I think we'll head for 29 miles. What's this question say? I've just got a message on me Insta. Right, okay. So someone's put, what charities are you thinking of raising money for next year? And what does that charity or those charities mean to you? And why do you want to raise money for them? So, I've got a few charities in the pipelines, guys. I'll mention one of them. I'm not going to mention any more because that gives it away on the channel, and then you all think I'm raising money for so many charities. But one of the charities is Memphis, and they are a charity in Wixton in Leicestershire that are for people with autism and disabilities, and they do so much. They're an incredible charity. I got introduced to them by the one and only Dame Martin Bellard, pantomime Dame, sports commentator, radio host, amazing bloke. Went to see his son Jack in the Leicester pantomime this year. Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, I think I would like to raise money for Memphis. I think they are a really good disability charity. And one more, I'm thinking of raising money for John Storer House in Loughborough, which is run some disabilities in there. They run loads of different projects, and I would love to raise money for them because I think they do so much, John Storer House, and they don't get a lot of funding, and I think to keep that place up and running and to keep it going, I would love to raise money for them. what I have liked, so I got a question on Christmas Eve, I think, and someone said, "What are you looking forward to at Christmas? In presents wise, what are you looking forward to getting?" Now, I've had loads of presents, guys. I'm even on one of them, on two of them now. I've got my iPhone 14 and my actual ring light. But wait 1 second. So I also got these trainers, which are New Balance, absolutely incredible New Balance trainers. So they were I always wanted to get them. They were on my bucket list. My Leicester City calendar, can't go wrong with that, guys. Even though we're not that great, you can't go wrong with the Leicester City calendar. To add to my Disney collection of books, I also got these. So if you like Disney, then yeah, I got them in my collection. I've not read them yet, but I'm looking forward to reading them. They should be very enjoyable, guys. Also, you know, I was going on about Canine Partners that I raised money for. Here's a little Canine Partners dog with the canines on it. If you want one of them, what you can do, you just have to go and to Canine Partners to one of their events, and I think they will give you one for free if you went to one of their events. Or the only other way I can suggest it, guys, is if you actually go and fundraise for them. So if you go and raise some money for Canine Partners, you'll get a certificate and you'll get one of those little dogs. I mean, I've got so many presents, guys, for Christmas, and it's hard to say that I've got a particular favourite one. I do love my iPhone that I'm on, my iPhone 14. It is bigger than what I had before, so I do love my iPhone 14. But I think the best gift is having my family. I think a lot of people don't realise that in life family mean everything. Do you know what I mean? I think we all take family for granted. I really do. I think Christmas time, yes, whilst it's about presents, it's about enjoying family and friends. You know, as much as I love all my presents I've got, and I'm not going to sit here and lie that I'm not over the moon about every present I've got. I'm really over the moon with it. I love everything that I've received. I'm grateful for everything I've received. But the thing is, family come once in a lifetime, guys. And if there's anything I've learned from Adam Life events, anything I've learned from doing my charity bike riding, family, friends, they mean everything, guys, to everybody. Without your family, without your friends, life doesn't seem to be anything. You could not live with your family, but live with your mates or something. But they are the foundation. They are the people that care about you. They are the people that look after you and make sure you're happy. And at Christmas time, and especially New Year's, especially New Year's Eve and New Year's, you want to be surrounded by your family, guys, because it's very important that you are happy with your family. Yes, you'll have arguments. Yes, you won't get on sometimes. I have that in my own family. But it's really, really important, guys, that you stay together as a force, that you stay together as a foundation and family, because it can mean everything, guys, in life. It can mean absolutely everything, family can. And, you know, I've learned so much in my life with my autism and my condition. And I think what this, well, definitely what my social media has done for me is helped me connect to so many people. And I have got a big announcement on here. Not big, but it's to one of my travel couples. I promised all my travel couples that if I ever did a stream on here, that I would never mention their names, but I'm going to have to mention these people. I'm not going to mention the actual names of them. I'm just going to mention their travel couple name, and that's Camper Vibe. Now, Camper Vibe are one of the most incredible travel couples I've ever watched. And I currently watch 400 of them, but I don't watch them all at the same time, and I don't keep up to date with them all either. And another one is Phil and Keely. I love them also, but Camper Vibe will have a special part in my heart because they are such a lovely girl couple. They go to some amazing places, and what they're doing in the barn and all the things they're doing at the minute is incredible. And I cannot wait to see what they do next year in their journey of life. It's going to be incredible. Before I end this live, I just want to say to each and every one of you that follow my journey, thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your constant messages while I had my eating disorder. All your support over social media was incredible. All the family, all my friends that supported me in a really dark time where I thought, you know, I wasn't going to pull through it. Thanks to everybody that turned up at my charity bike ride this year, whether you're my ex-uncle, Uncle Mike, or whether you're my cousin Paul that turned up, or whether you're Nita, my auntie Debbie, or you know, no matter who you are, you were there to support me on my big day. So I really appreciate that. Thank you to Lee Hunter that came on my podcast, and hopefully I'll be interviewing him with his brother again next year. I mean, I did Lee this year, but hopefully next year I want to try and get another interview with him and his brother, so you guys can see both of them together, which would be awesome. And you know, just thank you to Rebecca Middleton. Thank you to Will Barker. Thank you to anybody that has supported Adam Life Events podcast channel and podcast in the last 2 to 3 years. Thank you so much, because it's not only been a journey for you guys, but it's been a journey for me, and I can't wait to carry it on in 2025. And for you all to listen and experience every inch of what I'm trying to do. But anyway, have a good, happy new year, guys, and I will see you in 2025.